now the chairman of the Intelligence Committee. Senator, we are taking in all these brand new details. And of course, the top headline out of the sheriff's brief update there, no children, no staff injured whatsoever. Thank God. Your reaction?
Yes, Sandra, I don't know much more than what you and your viewers know from listening to Sheriff Bouchard, but we can all rejoice that no children and no staff were injured at this synagogue. It sounds like the security team on site did an incredible job, and Sheriff Bouchard's team got there very quickly. Obviously, more details will come out, but I think we should all be grateful that no one at the school was injured, and we should condemn what is doubtless another anti-Semitic attack against our Jewish fellow citizens. There's no place for that kind of hatred in our country.
Yeah, it's unclear at this point what this person's motivation was, but if history is any guide, anti-Semitism certainly would be high up on the list of reasons why this person might perpetrate an act like this. There was a test vote in the Senate a short time ago on the DHS funding bill that failed. When you look at what's going on across the country, and we don't know at this point if it's connected to what's going on in Iran, but just when you look at what's happening here, it happened at a Christian church in Michigan not long ago. There was another attack at another church a year ago. Does it make any sense not to fund DHS?
No, John, we should have funded the Department of Homeland Security weeks ago. We need Homeland Security on the job, protecting our borders, enforcing our immigration laws, protecting our coasts, and making sure that we're not vulnerable to attack from abroad as well. For instance, they have a large operation there that's designed to stop cyber attacks. And although less grave, the American flying public shouldn't have to wait in lines that are 3 or 4 hours long because the Democrats have so far refused to cooperate with us. Negotiations are ongoing. I hope we can settle this soon and we can get the good men and women at Homeland Security back to work for the American people.
Senator, just going back to some of the details that we just got from this attack at the synagogue there in Michigan, the sheriff saying that everything that was supposed to happen happened. You look at that team of security that they had at the synagogue, thank gosh, and we pray for that person because we are told that's the only injured person injured by when the vehicle rammed through the front doors of the building. The sheriff said he believes that that person will be okay. But you think about the security in place and you think about the security that may be needed at more synagogues all over the country or places of worship. Senator, what would you like to see happen in this moment based on recent attacks that we have seen, perhaps including this to be a similar motive to previous attacks? What do you want to see happen?
Well, Sandra, it's a sad fact that synagogues and Jewish day schools and other Jewish sites in our country now have to have professional armed security on site because of the rise of anti-Jewish hatred in our country. I think what we should all communicate to our Jewish fellow citizens is that we will never tolerate this kind of hatred. We will never turn a blind eye to it. We will help you, we will stand with you, we will prosecute these people to the fullest extent of the law, that we're here for you and we're going to help protect you as we'll protect all of our citizens.
Now, Senator, not to say that this in any way is connected to this, but there has been an increased concern since the war with Iran began of sleeper cells in this nation being activated. When we see acts of violence perpetrated, of course, it always brings that front of mind. What do you know in terms of whether or not Iran has sent out any signals to anybody who might have been in this country illegally or come in as one of those gotaways or somebody who's been here for years in terms of activating to target attacks against the homeland?
Well, first, John, you're right to stress that there's no evidence connecting this terrible attack in Michigan to Iran, and I want to stress that I have no knowledge of it beyond what we just heard Sheriff Bouchard at that press briefing. But it's certainly the kind of thing that Iran has tried to do for many years. I mean, after all, they tried to assassinate President Trump. They also tried to kill a senior Arab official here in Washington, D.C. many years ago. They've supported terrorists like Hezbollah around the world, which have killed Americans in places like Beirut. So it's something about which we have to be vigilant. As you mentioned, unfortunately, we had a wide open border for 4 years during Joe Biden's tenure, and a lot of bad people got through our borders. The FBI under Kash Patel has been busy tracking them down. We're trying to arrest them. We're trying to get them out of the country. They're being very vigilant against terrorist attacks of all potential terrorist plots of all types, and they're doing a good job of protecting our nation. But that's one reason why we can't can't let the revolutionary theocrats in Iran continue to menace and threaten and terrorize the United States and the entire world the way they have for the last 47 years.
Senator, appreciate you joining us today. Very good to have you on. And
be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.